Hello children. So today we are going to learn about describing motion. Alright. So in particular, we first of all need to establish wherever the object is situated. Right. This means I'm basically talking about the position of the object. So once you tell that this is the position of the object and you're able to define this, right, in a physical world, and then if this position changes, right, if there is even a teeny tiny bit of change in the position of the object, we can simply say that the object has moved. Alright. So for that we need to learn some basic things, and that is what we are going to understand here. So the first thing is, how do you describe the position of any object? For example, let me put a small red dot right here, and I will ask you a very simple question, that is, tell me how will you say or how will you describe the position of this red dot on this board. You may say that the red dot is situated at the top right corner of the board, right? Here if I point it like this, you can say that the red dot is now on the bottom left corner of the board, right? In both the cases, what is the basic common thing that you have used? You have used the reference of this board, right? This means to describe the position of this red dot, you have used the reference of the board. That means first of all I need to locate the board. Alright, this is the board, and according to the board, on the top right corner I can find a red dot, right? So this means in this specific example I have used the reference of the board, but remember, you can take out any number of examples and you will see that each time you are taking the reference of some or the other object. This means to describe the position of any object in this world, we need the reference point, or basically something called as origin, right? Your origin can be called as the reference point. For example, in this case, this tree can be my reference point, and according to the tree, I can say that this girl is standing onto the right hand side of the tree, right? So in a way, I have described the position of this girl, but to do that, I needed a reference point and I used the reference point of this tree. Similarly, for the boy as well, I can simply say that he is standing onto the left hand side of the tree, right? Now let us talk about numbers. For example, here this is a vague term, right? I am saying that she is on the right hand side, but by how much distance? So here comes the Cartesian plane into play. Okay. So remember the Cartesian plane, at the center we have the origin, and onto the right hand side you have the positive x-axis, left hand side you have the negative x-axis, right? Here positive y-axis, and here you will have the negative y-axis. Alright. And according to the origin, if you go to the right, that's positive, left negative, up positive, down negative. Alright. So if this tree is my reference point, I can simply say that the tree is now origin, right? And from this origin, if I define some units, let's say I'm using the units of meters. Okay. So here, if I move on to the right hand side, and let's say I move approximately 6 meters to the right from this tree, I can say that if I do that, I will be right there to meet the girl, right? This means that in this case, I have described the position with the proper number using the reference point of the tree. Okay. Now, if I move on to the left hand side, this will be, let's say that the distance between the tree and this girl and the tree and the boy is the same. That means this will also be 6 meters. But tell me, from the origin you are moving on to the right, can I simply write that this is plus 6 meters? On the other hand, this one is minus 6 meters. Remember that the negative and the positive sign actually tell you the direction. That means the positive sign tells me that I have to move to the right hand side, right, according to the number line. On the other hand, if this is the negative sign, I will move left hand side. How much units? 6 meters of units from this reference point, and I can find the boy. Okay. So first of all, you need to understand that this is the way that how we describe the position of any object. That means you need a reference point, and according to the reference point, you tell that you move this much units left, right, up, down, anywhere on the Cartesian plane, and you can find the position of that object. Okay. Now the another important thing is there are two states of motion. We call these as state of motion, which is rest and motion. Now for example, here let's say that 10 minutes have passed and still the position of the girl did not change. That means from the reference point, this plus 6 meter is still the same, it did not change. But let's say that these two friends want to meet each other. Okay, so this means to meet this boy, the girl have to move onto the left hand side, right? So she starts moving in this direction. Now according to this reference point of the tree, this 6 meter will start to reduce, right? That means the number of this position, this specific position is now changing, right? Let's say she takes about 20 seconds to reach the tree. That means in a matter of 20 seconds, her position changed from this 6 meter to, if she is standing right here under the tree, her position will now be 0 only, because she is standing right at the reference point. Okay. Similarly, let's say that the boy did not move, he was standing right there and his position did not change. So here in this specific situation, her position changed. I can say that she was under motion and the boy's position did not change. I can say that the boy was at rest. Okay, why? Because the position did not change. Alright, so this is the whole summary in which we have learned that there are two states of motion. One is rest, the rest is in which the position does not change, the motion is in which the position changes. Alright, that's the motion. And remember, to define the position of any object, you need a reference point. Alright, so these are the basic things that we need to understand to describe the motion, and later on we're going to learn more and more concepts that how you can actually calculate different things. For example, the speed of the object. Okay, thank you.